What's up, YouTube? It's Naj and Reina back with another wine and reactions.
Or drinking thing. I keep trying to push it.
So we got another video that is improv. Reina hasn't seen it. I haven't seen this one either. I think I saw maybe about 7 seconds of it, and I was like, we're gonna be speaking on this topic tonight.
He doesn't even tell me an idea of what we're talking about. So.
Because your immediate reactions and your immediate thoughts about it is what I like to see, and I know it's what they like to see as well.
Look, y'all. Every fucking day my baby daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he go, and I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even.
Wow.
I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I know it's about to get ugly. Hold on. So, I'm not going to give my immediate thoughts on this, aside from the fact that this has to be some sort of troll or like joke.
I think she's serious.
Yeah, I know she's serious.
They are serious.
But it's like some part of me wants to think that this is deep down something for attention or exposure, maybe some other master. Because it's like, how can this be real?
Are you like not in the real world? You know what? You don't have a baby mama. I don't either, but I'd be reading it. And I'm telling you, this is not that surprising to me.
No. What she's saying is not surprising. Her thought process isn't surprising. It's the fact that she's recording it and she
not
used the
surprising
word
either.
She used the word expose him. How can you expose a man for doing right with his child? So you're getting your thoughts,
okay?
I guess I am. Let's go back to it. My bad.
No, give your thoughts.
No.
It's cool.
I can't. Not yet. Golly.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the 7.
Listen, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings? Them are his siblings though. He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings and they're not eating on McDonald's. No, why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him eat.
No. He's not finna eat that at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I gotta bring, so when I bring my son food, I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound dumb.
How is that dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where are their daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. They're your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to.
It's just watching? No, but it's like you keep having it on this screen.
Gotcha.
It's not clear.
So you want to watch?
No, let's pause. Okay. Like, I mean, I really don't gotta see shit else. I do want to know the rest, but I don't gotta see shit else.
So, just so y'all know, we're also gonna do a live on this. So if you're watching the video, make sure to go to the other video after this one because there's gonna be a live on this topic. All right, where we go to discuss. What do you mean?
What's the live gonna do different than this one?
Longer form. Longer discussion. So, all right, go ahead.
Why you want me to go?
Because you know the people like to hear
boy,
thoughts.
you are cocked back, ready to shoot.
Go ahead, babe.
I don't even know where to start.
How do you feel?
Let me say this. I'm going to start off with this. Shout out to the man, the father, for even consistently wanting to bring his child food. Now, I don't agree with the choice of food, but beggars can't be choosers. But shout out to him for always trying to be in his son's life from what it seems. He wants to make sure his child and he even said I got him a burger. That's what he likes. So he knows what his son likes. He's getting his son food. He's doing what he can as a man to take care of his child in a split home environment, which is hard because you're not 100% involved or in control of what happens with your child. So shout out to him. Now, with Miss Lisa, bitch, I can't even think it. Like, are you fucking dumb? Like, are you serious right now? Like, it literally made me cringe just to hear her voice. First of all, the level of volume she's at just talking and thinking that she's about to expose him when she's really exposed herself is wild to me. Like, the audacity, the entitlement, and the delusion to think that this man should have a responsibility to pay for your other, Reina almost said something bad.
So
your other children that are not his, that you also had. And he said where their daddies at. So you got at least 3 baby daddies and 4 kids, and you looking at the one that is stepping up for his and saying do more. Now, real quick, I think that, is it nice? Would it be polite? Would it be caring and compassionate for him to go beyond the scope of his role, if he can afford to buy food for all the children? Sure. That is not his expectation or job. That's not what he's supposed to do, though. It's nice. It'd be sweet. But if he's going to do it, and I think it's going to make my other kids uncomfortable, then you know what, baby? When daddy brings you food, you go eat that in the car, because we want to be respectful to your siblings. We don't want them to feel bad. We don't want your other siblings to feel like they're being left out, okay? So you and daddy can have some private time together. You can eat it, and you just keep it to yourself, okay? That's what I would say. But we've seen this story before when fathers buy their kids fucking Louis Vuitton everything, and then the other kids have broke daddies. So then, I've seen that before. But this is fucking McDonald's. Are you serious?
So that's why I agree with everything you said. That's why
I know you do. Me and think alike.
So the fact that, let's start here.
Let's start
at the beginning of the video.
Do it, baby.
She recorded this man coming up, so they had to have had a conversation prior to her pulling out her phone, and pulled out the phone recording saying, I'm about to expose him. I want to know, who are the people that you're around, that's surrounding yourself with, that's not having, I don't know, maybe it's around a bunch of yes men or whatever, or maybe people that think like you or that cheer you up or, align with you when it comes to this. But the fact that you have someone, right, your baby's father, that's showing up consistently, bringing his child food to make sure that he eats, and you, not only do you not appreciate, and let me make sure that I say not about appreciating, because you don't have to appreciate anything. It's his responsibility to make sure that
his job.
Yeah, to make sure that his child is eating and has all of the essentials.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just want to throw this out there. His child will eat. This is extra. He's doing more. He's getting him fast food as for my son, I want to make sure my baby good. But it's not like they're starving.
Well, she said she didn't get the food stamps until whatever day, so she probably is kind of struggling a little bit. So they probably are. But he's doing his parts with his child, right? So you overlook that and you go to the point of saying, okay, but what about my other children? Your other children. Not our other children, your other children. So I don't know the specifics as far as if he decided to, have sex with you after you had those other kids.
That's what I was gonna say. Where is he in the lineup of niggas?
Or if he was the first baby father.
Sound like he was the first from how this is coming out.
And then you had kids after that. So I don't know where it is. But to hold him accountable for your other children eating and come at him like this, Not like I appreciate it, thank you. Like, you maybe fluff it up a little bit and say like, hey, I would really appreciate it if you can,
Women are so fucking
give my other
dumb.
child, just get to them. I'll throw you it back, whatever, when you get it. But like, if you're gonna be coming daily, your son, he loves his siblings and he loves to share with them, and that's his personality. Just like bring, an extra 2 burgers or something like that, and I'll give it to you. Or if whatever it is, like make it feel
Just,
good.
I mean, that's
make it acceptable.
exactly. But this is the biggest issue between men and women right now, because you think that you're gonna fight him with your aggression, and ultimately that's not how. Like, you're not a man. Why are you talking to him like that? Like, you're yelling at him in the middle of a fucking public street while his child must be inside, probably hearing it.
So the reason why, and I'm for sure not perfect with this, but the reason why I don't like yelling and like going at the other person is because
Me, you talking about in a
no, I'm
relationship?
just in general, like just having a conversation for sure in a relationship, but I mean like just in general, like when
I
you're
thought we were talking
having a
about
conversation. Yeah, I'm just saying like speak because a while ago, years and years ago, I watched a video where it was this guy where he talked about like conversations and the levels of conversations. Now I'm gonna probably butcher it a little bit, but he talked about the concept of the different forms of communication, right? So if you're up here, you're raising your voice up to this level. When you up here, right, you're yelling. This is normal conversation. This is really, what do you call it? Like, just passive, and this is like aggressive, right? But normal is here. When you start going up there,
Move your hand from your
the
mouth.
person no longer hears the words that you're saying. They're just hearing how you're saying it to them, right? So you could be saying everything on point, but if you're up there, that person, no, it's not listening to those words anymore. They're just listening to the way that you're communicating to them. So what they're hearing is they're just hearing sounds, right? Sounds at them. So they're in attack mode and defense mode.
To bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's? You know I get food stamps on the 11th.
That ain't 3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. What do
Yeah,
I look like?
they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
No, the I did.
Yes, you
I
did.
know you expect me to take care of all the kids. They not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids.
Why are you recording me? First of all,
Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy.
I'm a good daddy.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're full of shit in this shit. You only come here with one fucking piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all then. He can't take that shit.
So listen what
He
you
can't
said.
eat it.
Maybe if you had 1 or 2, I can maybe. You got it's 3 extra kids. What the you all like going to my mother account, spending money on all those kids. Them not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings, though. Dumb.
So that's what you gonna go with? That's the one you gonna
Those
go
are your fucking kids' siblings.
They're my so that means I
Yeah.
take care of them.
So don't.
where's
No,
the-
I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other ones. You know I get my food stamps on the 11th.
Your babies.
Okay, but I'm saying we share the same kid as well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, if you feel like I feel the way about eating, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the
Send him down
room.
to the car. He ain't even got to eat for his brothers and sisters. He can come right out to the car and eat with me.
Pause for a second.
You only got 20 more seconds.
No. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here.
Bro,
Give it here.
Kids,
Give it here.
You so stupid.
I
Done.
knew she was gonna throw
He
it.
ain't eating this. You.
Why don't you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing up for all the other kids. You stupid. Stupid. Selfish as a. Like, you're dumb as hell. You're dumb as hell. He not finna eat that shit. Dumb.
Take care of him anyway.
Dumb. He not finna do that. If you can't do it for all, don't do it for none of them. Bye, stupid. Thought I was finna take that shit today. Yeah, I had another thing for him today. No, he can't take it today.
That was insane. So this man actually was trying to problem solve with her. He gave her several solutions to the issue that she was having. And it wasn't ideal for her, but he gave us the same thing that we said, that you said. Put him in the other room, take him out to the car, right? Like he was literally trying to help her, and she was not for none of it. So it's
What in
sad.
the fuck? I'm sorry. I cannot even fucking fathom having to deal with someone like that on a regular fucking basis. You want to know something? And I'm not giving excuses to men. It's enough to be like, I'll holler at you when you turn 18, bro. Like, it's enough. If you have to deal with that shit all the time, like, your own mental health is just deteriorating. Now, that's not right. And I'm not saying people should do that. But it's enough to be like, hey, when he get old enough to get a cell phone, holla at me, brother. Because I want to be in your life, but this is crazy. Like, now, I want to put some onus on his father. It came out. He did know she had lots of children with
That's
different
why I
baby
was
daddies
going with
before.
that.
And at the end of the day, if I don't think there's anything wrong with having more than one father of your child. My mother, all of us are from the same parent, but I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. I think that if you've never been married and you're constantly having children from different fathers, that there could be a stereotype or a stigma that comes with that, and you should just be aware of it. Like, that's just what happens, right? And when you start to fall into those stereotypes, because you really are that type, that's like, okay. But as the man,
Let me touch on that.
okay.
So my whole point was gonna be to like lay off the girl because we see she clearly has an issue.
She's
So
fucking cuckoo.
Issue is an understatement. There is something
Where's the wine? I need
unbalanced
some more.
in there. So what I will say is, not what I will say. Um, Side note: any wine dealers, anyone that sells wine, that loves wine, we'd love to, if you got jam
Shout
jar
you out.
specifically, that'd be great. If you want to send us some jam jar, yeah, we'll get it peeled. We'll talk about that later. So let's talk about this guy. All right. Although
guy.
he's doing the best that he possibly can, he has to take 100% all responsibility for the situation that he's in. Speaking, because sometimes you just gotta tell it like how it actually is. I'm gonna go there with it first. We clearly know that she's crazy. Oh, not you. Put up here. She's crazy as batshit.
No,
right?
she's not crazy. She's a typical dumb, stupid ass bitch that has a whole bunch of baby daddies and thinks that her fucking vagina is gold and she can disrespect and treat niggas like shit because of it.
We gotta realize that like you gotta vet the person that you with, especially if I'm sure the baby wasn't planned, but at the same time, you gotta look at people's personalities, their character, who you actually are having a conversation with before you just start having sex with that individual. Now, if it's like a one night stand or whatever, but if you know you with a person and it's unprotected, there's a chance that you could possibly get them pregnant, and you know they ratchet as shit, like that's your problem right there. That is your problem. That was your decision to impregnate something like that. That was on you.
Something like
because,
that. Damn.
Because what she said and what he said, she had those children before. That's why I was trying to figure out what happened. What was the order? She had those children before him, right? So if there's a guy that has multiple children before you get with them, or if there's a woman that has multiple children before you get with them, it's probably beneficial to look at their previous situations to try to understand the roles or whatever, like what happened.
Steer clear.
Like, huh?
Or steer clear.
Right. I'm about to say, like, if you are going to be doing that, right? Like, look
Get
at what
away.
happened. Now, my advice, you know where I stand with that.
No, I don't.
You don't.
Tell the people.
So, when it comes to children and relationships, like, I have none, right? And I want it to be that way with my partner when I'm entering a relationship with them, right? I want us to have our first child together. So that's something that's really important to me. Now, to each his own. I know every situation is different, but I want that to share that experience with that person I'm with. So when that person has had that experience with someone else and it didn't work out completely fine, obviously it's not that big of a deal. But look at the person
But
that
you're
you're
saying
with.
that you wouldn't want that woman. if she has a
Hell no.
child.
I wouldn't even talk to that
I'm not
individual.
talking about her. I'm talking about a woman that's a child.
Oh, no.
So still hell no.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean,
So
but
real
again,
quick,
I'm not saying
I'm gonna
it's
say
anything.
this. I would be in a relationship with someone that has kids. I would say kid, maybe not plural, but kid. I don't see a problem with that. I mean, we're at this point, we're in our 30s, bro. Like it's weird to not have kids. We are weird. Like we're weird. I'm even more weird because I have never even almost had a child. I mean, like it's just weird. Most people either have had kids, had abortions, they've tried to have kids, but most people have been married by now or they've done stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's not normal at 30 plus to date people that are within your age group or beyond and they don't already have kids. So I think like God forbid anything ever happened to me, I probably don't have to date someone with a kids.
Yeah.
Like it's
No, I
very
get it.
rare, or you're gonna have to date someone younger.
Yeah. So, like to wrap up that point, more so was because you have to understand the person that you get into a situation with, right? Like at least look at it. So you can tell like that stuff didn't come out of nowhere for a fact. If it did, maybe he's a little off as well because you got to be able to pick up on the person, how they act, how they respond to you when y'all get upset, like how they go. Like this isn't out of nowhere. So, and it depends on the situation. Maybe it was a one night stand and he just fucked up one time and then this is where he in. He's trying to do his best.
It wasn't. She said you knew what you were getting into.
Right. So worst case scenario. Now, to touch on her and those responses, the fact that you make it mandatory that this man who's trying to take care of his child, take care of the rest of your child. That's literally what you're telling him. You need to take care of my other ones. And to disrespect him like that on camera, take his food, throw it. You don't know what this guy dealing with. Maybe he's struggling. Maybe he like, okay, that might have been a decision of him putting his last $5 in his tank or to giving it to his child.
Look at the
so that he
garbage
can
drive. That's
eat.
an old school car too.
That probably was like that. Like he's
Was that an
probably
Impala?
mentally damaged. I didn't even look at the car to be honest. I was too like distraught by what was happening.
Distraught.
But the fact that you take that right, who knows where he's coming from? Maybe at the other side of town, and you throw it in his face, throw the burger, right, and then just like go off on him after that. That is the most disrespectful thing that you can do.
First of all, they were already calling each other out their names and shit, like calling them dumb, bitch, all this shit. Yeah. Here's the thing. I feel bad for this man. I don't know why your camera's veered off like that. I feel bad for this man because it's not fair to be pushed so hard against for doing your part. I'm assuming that the other men that are the fathers are not doing their level of duty.
Not.
The part that bothered me most with this entire thing, everything, the part that bothered me most, he said, "Why are you recording?" Yeah. She said, "Because I want to expose you because everyone thinks you're such a good baby daddy." And she said, "I'm going to show them that you're not. Because you..."
On the contrary.
"Because you bring food for one and not all of them." Someone needs to get that child out her fucking home. I wish... Yeah. Now, here's the other thing. When you're talking about onus, here's the other thing. I don't know why we look so orange now. What just happened? I look like an Oompa Loompa all of a sudden. I don't know what just happened.
Girl, come on.
Anyway, I think it calmed down a little. I don't know. Anyway, so it's not the wine. Come on. Anyway, the onus part for me is at the end of the day, he does not have custody of his child. He must not have at least joint custody of his child, which he certainly could have. I don't think it's right to take a child from their mother, but she's obviously struggling. She's on food stamps and has all this other stuff. She doesn't have a good attitude. In fact, her attitude is detrimental to his child to the point where you would actually physically take something and then throw it in the streets. And you littered, bitch. But outside of that, he has the ability to get joint custody. And oftentimes, I don't see men doing that as much. And I don't know the reason. for him. He may have tried, or maybe he just doesn't have the ability to. But I also have seen men who just don't. And I think that that's important that, for example, in my personal situation with this is my own family member that I'm very close to, my brother, who could not deal with the way the mother was acting. And he did everything legally he could to make sure he had access to his child, and he did everything he could to make sure that he didn't have as many of those interactions where they had to, he had to beg her to be part of his life. And I think that's a really big, important part when you have someone like this who is spiteful and mean and just completely full of shit.
You want to know the worst part about all this?
What?
It's not her. It's not him. That child's going to grow up thinking that he had a deadbeat dad.
Well, I don't know about deadbeat, but he's going to think something was wrong.
No. Look at the way she was communicating about him doing something right. She's going to put in that child's mind that your daddy won't shit. Your daddy ain't do shit. Like, he's going to be viewed. I'm so glad that she caught that on camera.
She not caught. She put it.
That's what
she wanted that.
Yeah, but
it wasn't an
like,
accident.
Right, but I mean, like, my point is, like, it's literally caught on camera. It's not for her. It wasn't what she wanted, but she caught that bad.
That's exactly what she wanted. She has no idea. She has no idea that she made a fool of herself.
That's what I'm saying. That's not what she wanted. That wasn't her intention. She didn't want this bad publicity that she's about to get. Like, she caught that bad energy on camera. So for her to talk about all those things that she said on camera and actually get it out there, because had she not recorded all that, whatever she said, she could have shaped this however she wanted, right? She could have said whatever she wanted, but the fact that it's on video and the actions that she displayed, the energy, like taking that food and throwing it, that's your child's food. Your child's not going to have that now because you threw it trying to prove a point to the man and her, whoever's watching. But she can literally say whatever she wants to that child. Who knows? Like, this is just one instance, right? There's probably tons of other things that is happening behind the scenes. And she can go run with it, whatever, because she's mad. Like, she's mad.
Mad.
She's literally mad.
You big mad.
But the point is, she's really not mad at him. She's mad at the other fathers. Because if the other fathers were all doing what this father was doing, there would be no problem.
I don't know about that. I think she would have a problem no matter what because she's a dumbass bitch.
I mean, about this specific thing.
I'm going to say this. One thing that you just said that I don't agree with, you say she's going to get a whole bunch of bad publicity. I think she's going to get a lot of bad responses. But I think there's going to be a whole bunch of females, women.
For sure.
They're going to be like, how dare he bring food for one and not all of them?
And there's going to be a whole bunch of guys.
Or it's going to be like, or they're going to be like,
I would have brought all your motherfucking kids.
Then there's going to be men. But I must say this. I don't know about Captain Save-A-Ho because there are men who legitimately would be like, why not just buy all the kids something?
And I see that too.
And you know what's so funny? I feel like if you was in that situation, you would just buy all the kids something. Like I would just buy all the kids something. So there's some people who like, it doesn't speak to who I am as a human being to not buy all the kids things. But the problem is that I don't know his financial situation. I don't know if the other baby daddies are like evil and mean to him or the kids are disrespectful. I don't know if he has like what the circumstances are, but I would say that I am the type, I'll buy food for a fucking homeless person. Like, I don't even give a fuck who you are. Like, I mean, I'm just a giving person. So is Najee. So we're naturally more giving, but the problem with people and giving is that it's not a requirement. I don't owe you shit.
Yeah.
The only thing he owes anybody is his child and making sure his child's good. Yeah. I think it's good form. I think it's respectable. I think it's commendable. I think there's all these beautiful, nice, positive words if he did buy the other kids food. But how dare you act like it's a requirement? Yeah. I do think it also is a reflection of his character if he does have more money and he doesn't do it. But it's not enough to be like angry. It's just more like if I were in that situation, which I would never be, but if I was a mother with 4 kids and 3 baby daddies and all this shit, I would just think differently of him because I'm such a giver. I would think, okay, but I would never tell him. I would
So-
never say anything. I'd be like, you know what? I just need you to, feed baby boy in the car. I just don't want my other babies upset.
Yeah.
I really just want them to not feel like they're missing out. And I don't want them to resent your child. Because what's going to happen? These three might start bullying him because, your daddy thinks you all that. You get all the McDonald's and shit. Like, you never know. Like, kids are crazy.
So I'll say this, like, if they were in a relationship, right, and he
If they're in a relationship, he better fucking pay for them.
If he was doing that in a relationship, then what she's saying
different problem.
for sure can apply. Like if he was just her boyfriend or they was married or whatever, and he was doing that type of if that was his energy, then it's much different.
Very
The
different.
Like I can understand like her being upset if that's her actual man.
Right.
Here's the thing.
Completely different.
Here's the thing. For like I'll go back on what you just said. Not go back. I'll touch back on that. I agree with that. Like that's my energy as far as
what do you agree with?
As far as being a given person.
Oh.
So if it was like if I had the capacity to do so to bring other food, because it's not about her. I don't give a damn about her.
Right.
Obviously, because that's an ex for a reason. Like he don't like her. It's about the child. So if I know my child has siblings and my child is hungry at this time or whatever, and she's not feeding my child, it's probably doing the same to the other kids. So like me being compassionate, I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe let me try to, bring a few extra if I can. For him, it doesn't look like, I can't judge another man's pockets, but don't look like he had,
I don't know what
the
he
ability.
has.
I'm just saying,
We're giving him
like
the
he didn't.
benefit of the doubt,
Right.
but I mean, he could have it, and
He
he still
probably
has the
could.
right to not. He
But-
could not have it, and that might be why he's not. His reason wasn't that he can't afford it. He was like, they got daddies. Why am I doing it? Why didn't you feed them? They're not my kids. That was sounded like that was his principle. It was more so like, they're not mine. They got fathers. I'm taking care of mine.
Yeah.
Now let them take care of theirs.
Yeah, no, I think it was the other thing is we're just seeing a little glimpse, right? This is just like a glimpse
Yeah.
to what's
A
happening.
minute.
So that's just something that he said. There's probably a ton of other things that have happened, a ton of other reasons. You know what I mean? There's a lot of context that we don't necessarily
Like, the
know.
bitch act like
So,
that, I wouldn't want to do shit more
Right.
than what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, because that's like I hate that stuff for the past. Like that type
Everybody
of energy.
think you a big,
like,
nice
bring-
baby daddy.
Like
I'm
those
exposing
words
you.
would stick with me for so long.
Man, that's some
if you
fucked up
recording
shit.
me and say everybody thinks that I'm a great dad, but you're not, and I'm exposing you. I'm recording you so I can
But
expose you. With me actually doing something
For
right
my
for my
child.
child. Clearly, like doing maybe like work hours or whatever it is. Like he pull up, who knows whatever his situation is, but like he pulling up, making sure that he brings his child food. It's clearly daytime, and then going back to doing whatever he doing, like making time for that specifically. Not sending her a few dollars so she can go grab it, right? Like making sure that my child eats. Like here's food, not the food I would recommend, right? You can see the thing right there, but he's making sure that he has something edible so that he can eat and be good, at least for this period of time. Now, I get what she's saying, my other child, but that's not his responsibility, nor how you deliver that message to him. Because he's not responsible. He didn't lay down with you and have all those other kids. Y'all are not together. Whoever you with or whatever that situation is, you got to figure that out with those other individuals.
But again, the reality is, now let's just take a step back now. Now that we've gotten past the fact that this is a stupid, ignorant, dumbass bitch, let's just back up and remember she's the mother, right? So if the children, let's say she said, I don't get my food stamps till the 11th. All right, so you don't get your food stamps till 11th. Is she saying that the other children are starving? Are they without food?
Yeah.
Do they not have food? Are you going to have to take this little burger and cut it into fours and everybody gets a little piece? Like, are you saying y'all are starving? Like, that's, and it's like, is she lashing out of anger because she's like, we're really fucking starving in here and you're bringing one meal and I want my other kids to eat, and she doesn't care about the logic of it. She's just so freaked out that her children are starving. I don't know. I'm just trying to be unbiased and think like, is it a possibility that she's just like, I'm just trying to be a good mother to my kids and it's not right that they're starving? I don't give a fuck who feeds them. Someone got to feed them. I don't know.
There's three things that's wrong, right? There's three things that's wrong. One, why the fuck?
No, you got to say, why? How dare?
Why are you recording me? That's number one. She didn't have any good intentions. She's trying to expose me.
And it sounds like it's the first time she brought it up.
She's trying to expose me. right? So there's no good intentions behind this. There's no good merit. There's literally nothing, right? So why are you recording me? Number two, you're yelling. Why the hell are you yelling at me about me doing something right?
But with your children nearby, I'm sure.
You're yelling. Like, why are you yelling while recording me about doing something right? Number three, what you're actually saying. What are you actually saying to me? You just threw the food that I brought my child, right? You just threw the food that I brought my child.
Yeah, no excuse.
If you're trying to communicate something saying that I need my other kids to eat, okay, turn that motherfucking camera off. What's the point of having the camera on if you really want me to feed your other children? Why are you recording me while saying this? Why are you yelling at me?
What would she have done if he said, all right, you want me to get them some food? Fine.
Literally.
What would you have been doing? Nah, don't do that now, nigga. Because now that I have my camera out, now you act right. But no matter what, she was there for it. She wanted that smoke.
Her whole point.
She wanted
the whole thing was to expose. That's what she said.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like, smoke. Yes, I completely understand. But you come a whole different way when you really want something.
You sure do. You
come
just
a whole
gotta get down
way.
And be like, baby, can you just give me a little something right
Wow.
here? I'm just playing.
So that will work. So
I know it would.
The whole thing is, if you're trying, okay, let's just turn this into a lesson.
You gonna do your live? Because I thought
we need to do the live. All right, that's it.
Okay, because I thought
See
this was
live,
your
y'all.
short
Come
one.
to the live. All right, check it out. We about to go live. The live will be right after this one.
Are we going live on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see y'all in a few. Make sure you subscribe. Let us know your thoughts. Who is wrong? Is the guy wrong? Is she wrong? What part is wrong? Let us know. Some people, you said it's going to be some people that's going to say that she was in the right. So.
Yeah, but they're wrong too.
Right, but tell us why you're wrong and why you think that's right. All right? Comment, subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going. And give us some action steps on what she should have done. How would you have approached the situation?
You should let me tell them that. Because I can tell you.
We'll catch y'all in the next one. Or the live, whatever. Peace.